He jabs an index finger in the air. I am saint! I have to pinch my lips even harder to keep from pointing out that real saints don't have to go around declaring it. Instead, I let him know between clenched teeth, and I am grateful. It's just, then act grateful! He cuts me off before I can explain why I've had to throw down a sleeping bag behind the bar. Do your job right. Do not steal or take advantage of me. That is family weakness from your mother, and I gave you this job because you said to me you are trying to do better than her. This breaking of my rules is not better. My cheeks burn under his censure. Being called out for acting like my mother is even worse than getting chewed out by an attending in the emergency department, where I just finished my second-to-last rotation. And my head swims with guilt because he doesn't know I've been sleeping here for nights, plural, not just the one time I got caught. You're right, I say instead of defending myself or begging him to let me keep using the floor as an overnight bedroom. I overstepped. I'm sorry, and it won't happen again. The hard gaze he uses for dealing with outlaw bikers and flaky roadhouse waitresses with much bigger boobs softens a bit. No more naps here. You go home to the house my brother gave you between shifts from now on, okay? Okay, I agree, instead of explaining why I didn't think that was an option. What's the use? I know how the world works, especially the underworld I was born into. Nothing is free, and at the end of the day, nobody wants to help you unless you have something to give them in return. And I have nothing. Every dime I earn here and nearly my entire paycheck from the hospital goes toward paying back my staggering student loan debt. There's nobody in this world you can depend on but yourself. How many times have I learned that lesson? Whining to Nestor won't change that hard fact. Focus on the plan. My four-word mantra seals my lips shut. And Nestor claps his hands together like we're all made up. Okay, and look, you have a customer wanting coffee. I will leave you now. Do not forget to drop off my 10% before you leave for the day. I turn around with a shiny roadhouse smile to welcome my first customer of the very early morning. But my heart stutters when I see who it is. Desi. The sight of him hits me like a too-quick gulp of coffee. My belly fills up with a scalding hot heat that spreads everywhere, and my face burns, while my too-small-for-this-place breasts swell in a way I can only hope he doesn't notice. He looks particularly mountain man-y this morning, with his huge, broad shoulders covered in flannel, and the Ruthless Reapers leather vest, or cut, as I often hear them calling it. I've noticed a lot of his MC brothers switch to full jackets in the winter, but not Desi. His tanned skin hints a south-of-the-border ancestry, as does the dusky black of his long biker beard. But I guess he doesn't mind the cold. Good to see you this morning, I say, pulling down the Keurig I bought for this extra income stream, along with the dark roast Colombian pods I know he prefers. I'm a little behind. Just give me a moment to get everything fired up. Sorry. He doesn't respond verbally to my apology, but his eyes burn into me like two pieces of coal as I fill the Keurig's water reservoir with the water gun. So, the usual. The rest of the Reapers call him Desi, short for Desert Eagle. Something to do with the kinds of guns he prefers to carry, I think. Stupid guy stuff. But I think Silent Death would have been a better road name. He almost never talks, and he's a killer. You can tell just by looking at him. But he doesn't look at me like he wants to kill me, at least not in the literal way. I think about those trashy biker romance novels some of the other roadhouse girls pass around. I picked one up once during a slow shift, and it was so ridiculous. The heroine was kidnapped as part of some kind of turf war, and not only was she stupid enough to fall in love with the criminal biker who was holding her hostage, but she also claimed the sex made her feel like she was dying, as if that's a good thing, which I'm sure it isn't. I mean, pretty sure anyway.